I told you so. You got to listen sometimes, guys. I called it on the Run Good Life. We're going to talk about that and his recent apology to Steel City Collectible. I called it. Jeff is panicking about the sports card world and what's going on. Called that too. We're going to talk about that, Jeff, and one of my biggest concerns from your video. And third, and that probably the most important, is I called it and telling you why this is happening and why it's going to continue to happen and why we really need to pay attention to what's going on if you care about sports cards and hobby and the values. If you just like to collect them, keep having a good time, man. It's only going to get better. Guys, if you haven't already, please sit back and enjoy. I'm not going to ask you to do anything else. Just enjoy the video. Okay, if you hadn't seen already, Run Good Life just put out 8,000 views. Got a pretty good amount of views on this video yesterday, which he did bury with another video on top of it about his apology to Steel City Collectibles, which I was, well, I won't say I'm happy about this. I was not surprised. If you guys follow my channel, I put out a video just a few weeks ago saying that what he did was an abuse of power. This is an influencer whose head's gotten too big. He's gotten too much power, made too much money, and he thinks he can wield it. In fact, what he says in here, and listen to this video, guys, because he almost reads this as if it was a statement that he had to read. He says, when I sent an email demanding my money back and demanding compensation, blah, 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 I didn't mean it to be a form of extortion. No, you didn't. And let me just say this too. I don't believe you're a bad person, but you are an example. You are a perfect example of what this hobby can do to people, where you come in as a collector and you get an angle on how you can profit off the people you call friends. And I say that, Run Good Life, because you run your repack product where you just stick it to people buying a Mahomes or chasing a Mahomes second-year card. Guys, this is what you're going to see a lot of. Okay, his apology to Steel City was forced. He didn't want to do this, but it should be something you listen to because, again, I don't know how you check in and support him. Run Good Life, tell me why, dude. Oh, I keep it real and I care. No, you don't. You are all about you. You're about you. You're about you. You're about you. And you'll justify anything you do to make money. Had they sent you extra stuff, look, I'll give you an example, guys. Maybe they refunded him his 40 packs and Steel City said, oh, we're sorry, and they sent him a free products. Do you think he's giving that away? No. You're in his membership program. What? Let's say this. Get out of this guy's stuff. I mean, think about it. If you're paying him money a month to be part of his club, and this is I'll leave it. Let's stop. I'll stop right there. But this is what the hobby can create. And thankfully, he's been put in check. Now, let's talk about this guy. Jeff, look, I want to go back to his video he did at the beginning of the year, and we saw his predictions. Like one of them was Fanatics is going to buy Topps. Well, everybody knew that. Okay, that happened like I think in January. Was that right? And then since then, everybody's been going, oh, they're going to buy Panini. I don't care. And let me just say this, guys. No one should care. In fact, if you are truly a collector, no collector should want there to be a company that has a complete monopoly and then has the ability to overprint everything you love. I love Prism. I love National Treasures, Optic. I don't want those being overprinted and destroyed by the Fanatics. No, end of life them. Give Fanatics the licensing and move on. Second point, and this is really, really what I wanted to get to on this whole Jeff thing. I am happy, and you should be too, guys. If you hear that prices are coming down, that boxes are going to be less, that people overbought, and Jeff is talking. See, part of Jeff's problem is he's talking to the business guys. He's trying to get them to spend more money on boxes and spend more money on sponsorship. Here's the reality, guys. Half of you people in sports cards who have businesses are going to go out of business. That's the truth. I'm being honest with you. I'm not bullshitting you like other people are. Look at me. Half of you in sports cards are going to go out of business. It's just a fact. That's going to happen. There's so many factors coming in, putting pressure on you, and you're oblivious to it because you listen to this guy. I don't know. Here's another thing that just really chapped me. His comment that I've met with Fanatics and I've seen what they're doing and I'm excited about. Why, Fanatics, would you go to this guy who's been around for 3 years in the hobby and get his insight? Because 40,000 of us watch his videos when he puts them out? I don't understand it. Why didn't you go to real collectors? And I can give you a whole list of them, okay, that you can go to, that you can get real insight on what collectors want. And you don't care about collectors. Let's be honest. You're going to marketers. Maybe, Ziggy, you answer your question. They don't want to do what collectors want. They want to do what marketers want to do. But it concerned me when he said, I've talked to Fanatics. Says, here's why, Jeff. If you've talked to Fanatics, why don't you put your foot down and say, you know what, Fanatics, let me tell you guys, you're doing it all wrong. You need to stop. printing this much. You need to be more honest and transparent in your print runs. You need to do this. Why don't you do that for us? Why aren't you an advocate for us in the hobby? Where are the advocates? Where are the leaders in this hobby? Where is anybody standing up and saying, stop? Every one of you is about making a freaking dollar. And again, guys, I love making money. And I've got some great ideas on how to do that. But at the expense of others, on the backs of someone else is how you get there. That's what happens when you flip cards. You're flipping it to somebody who's going to lose money on it. Well, why do you buy football cards, quarterbacks? Well, because I know you can make money off them. Because you know somebody's going to get stuck with it. That's not the collector community. That's just not, guys. Okay. If you've stayed this long, here is the reason sports cards are going to continue in a correction. Basketball is the driver in this hobby, guys. It always has been. And first of all, don't ever use absolute, Ziggy. That's a mistake. And second of all, that's not accurate. It has not always. But for the last 10 years, basketball has been a driver. Baseball has actually always been the driver. And baseball has a strong community in the Asian community, Japan, China, Korea, whatever, that buys baseball cards. There is equally, if not stronger, community in Asia for basketball cards. China here. I'm going to leave links below. But here's the bottom line, guys. The relations with China are not better than they were in 2019. They're worse. We have global epidemics. What are those things called? Viruses, wars, missiles going off, and tensions in Taiwan. And there's stuff going on over there. Sports cards just are not on top of mind. On top of that, supply chain, guys. Just people look. If you look at this world, and this is what really gets me, and this is what's great. If you're a hobbyist, here's the good news: it's going to be a hobby again. Because again, if you're an investor, there's so much going on in the world. You could buy bandages or bullets in, I don't know, 5 different wars across the world to make money. And I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. There's so many opportunities in bad times, in all the hard times going on to make money. Sports cards are not where people are going to waste it. Now, I tell you what will happen. Sports cards are where people will rip you off the most. That's where they're going to grift you the most. It's where they're going to take advantage of you the most. Okay, don't let it happen. Wake up. Be part of a community. Be with people who give you something in return, right? Don't just take, but give you something back. I'll leave it at that, guys. I hope this video made sense. I do have a great video coming out tomorrow. In keeping with my weekly, a sports card story, I've got a great sports card story for tomorrow. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you.